Good morning. Welcome to day 3 of the literal walkthrough. I'm starting today at level. What am I? I'm level 12, I think. Yep, level 12. We're gonna see how far we can get today. Gonna be going for about the next hour and a half, 2 hours. So, without spending too much time yapping about it, let's get started. Let me make sure that I get up all the windows and everything so that I can see everything that I need to see. How is everybody doing this morning? Let me see. I will eventually figure out what I'm doing at some point. It's not today though, so bear with me on this. Let me mute that so I can see chat. Alright, perfect, awesome. Alright. So the goal today is just to get some steps in, get some exercise in, see how far we can get over the next hour and a half, 2 hours. I know yesterday we ended pretty strong. We ended up with over 10,000 steps on the day. I think I ended the day with closer to 12,000. So great day. Let me go ahead and see where should we put our points in today. No, hammer of justice. Yeah. Okay. We don't need that, which is nice. We don't need any movement speed abilities because we're not going to be using it. Let's start. Let's go here. We could use an interrupt. We'll go like that. Awesome. Alright, make sure the character's set to walk. He is. And I think we're good. Okay. Let's make sure. Pull up my chat here. Alright. Let's get going. Okay. So, what do we have first? We got to get some okra. Got Gortez flanks. We're going to make some stew this morning, and then we're going to slay some of these watchers. So, I should probably start a little bit slower. I am sore from the last 2 days of doing this. My hips are hurting a little bit, I can tell you that. So, I have a dog sitting by my feet, so really trying not to step on him. He isn't going to learn his lesson, though, so what can he do? Alright, so we need 10 of those guys. Need some okra. Trying to get some coffee in me because without it, I'm going to be useless. Alright. Level 12 as of this morning, starting out. So we're about 3.5 bars in. Gonna see if we can get another couple levels today. Not sure how far. I know yesterday a lot of it was walking to Stormwind and back to the East Camp, so I think we're getting a little bit more progress as far as the levels go today since I'm starting a new zone. Gonna be getting a lot more quests in than I was. Tried to add a little bit of some improvements to the stream. That's the goal, trying to make everything a little bit better the next day than it was, because I kept getting a lot of the same kind of questions, so I tried to add a little bit on the screen that would answer a lot of that, because people were asking about the walking pad, people were asking about the character's name, the general idea. So I have this going on now to kind of explain a little bit, see if we can slow down some of those, because I don't want to be repeating over and over for you guys that are watching the whole time. Okay. This quest is way easier than it was in Classic. It was a pain to always trying to get enough livers from the gore test. None of them had it. Don't know how they lived. Alright. This was always my favorite zone to quest in. I don't know what it is about like the Cataclysm and Classic questing. Going from Elwyn to Storm... Westfall to Lakeshire to Darkshire to all the way down to, I can't remember. What's it called? It's going to bother me. Stranglethorn. There was something about that part of the game that just never got enough of it. Yesterday we ended up finishing the stream at about 10,000 steps, which was awesome. Don't know if we'll get that many in today because it is day 3. And day 3 is always when I'm the sorest. And I can tell you, I'm hurting a little bit. Westfall's nostalgic, but I kind of hate it after 14 years for the Horde. Yeah. It gets repetitive, but that nostalgia hit, definitely does have that. All right, we need a little bit more gore tusk here. Gotta go find some vultures. All right, this one button makes things way simpler. I don't really have to pay attention. I can read chat while I'm in combat. Might have to yell at my dogs here in a minute. They're busy, trying to tear everything up since I'm distracted. All right, do I have enough okra? Yeah. I need some flesh ripper meat. So, okay, looking for some more. You know what? I'm gonna go get that elite or rare spawn. Get that boost of experience. How's everybody's morning going? Or I guess if it's not morning for you, how's your day going? Trying to get some coffee in. Yeah, one button makes it a little bit more simple. Just have it bound, press, reach at. Alright. Weird he doesn't give the same kind of stringy flesh ripper meat like these guys do, but this is so impressive. I don't know about impressive, it's fun. I just stood up and started moving, but to be fair, it did take me a year to finally figure out that I just needed to do the thing and stop getting in my own way, so there's something to say about that. My main goal today is just stay consistent, because it's day 3, and that's, like I said before, that's always the day I'm the most sore, and I'm hurting. You'd be surprised where you kind of get sore as opposed to, going and walking out on a trail versus stepping in place. It's more around the hips. So they were screaming at me today. Just the other day, hoping to finish last 2 raid bosses before reset tomorrow. Hey, well, good luck with that. You know what? I've been playing this game for 22 years, or basically as long as it's been out. I've never really gotten into raiding. I don't know why. I think it was just trying to coordinate so many people was always frustrating for me. I've always wanted to. It was one of those things that I just kind of ended up bouncing from class to class and never really progressed to the very, very end game. Nope, not on a walking pad. Just taking steps in place. Pugs are so much better now, but I have to switch from Rep Pally. Oh, what'd you switch to? Are you tanking now? Healing? My item level is 292 and my DPS is booty cheeks. I'm going Arms Warrior. I mean, from what I hear, that's fairly easy mode right now, right? It's getting pretty good rankings. Is it the impressive DPS that it has now, or is it more of like you have a lot of utility? Well, I guess, Rep Paladin has all the utility you'd ever need. Is it just a DPS thing then? Did you hear WoW might be coming to consoles in 2030? The next gen ones, really? That'd be interesting. I heard the next gen ones are supposed to be like $1,200 though, so I don't know if it's worth it for that. It would be nice if they made it a part of the whatever the subscription is, Xbox Live subscription. Then you have access to all of it. That'd be super, super cool. Would one of those little treadmills for the house be better or nah? Congrats on getting started. I mean, I'm sure it'd be better. I've had one before, and I'm a fairly big guy, so most things aren't built for me. So I don't know if it was the brand was just a little funky, or if it wasn't just built for somebody my size. It claimed up to 400 pounds, but it was one of those things you get walking on it, and like with anything, you're going to start getting tired. And when you would short step, which kind of happens sometimes when you start to get tired. It would like stop the track and jerk and make me almost fall. So I'd like to eventually get another one, but I want to research it a little bit more and make sure we're getting a quality one, not one that I have to return like I did the last one. Yeah, it's solely DPS. I'm doing like 70k and should be doing 90. Oh, really? Okay, so I got you. New type of players coming into WoW, the non-PC gamers. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, are they going to be non-PC gamers? Or are they going to be PC gamers that retired, became dads, and now they're dad gamers? They have all the memories, so you're going to get back in my day. I mean, there's a certain appeal to that, where there's something to be said about just the simplicity of a console. You turn it on, you play the game. PC's a little bit more complicated. Would be a huge influx of new players. It absolutely would. I think it's dumb for them not to. At this point, cross-platform needs to be kind of universal. And I try to see if it's user error, but it doesn't seem to be. Pally DPS seems booty. Yeah. I mean, paladins have always been one of my favorite classes. Just, you kind of have that main character feel, right? Something about being the good guy. But yeah, when the DPS sucks, it's really hard to stay in the class. I think it'd be good for the game. I do. More players, I don't think there's a chance of it being bad. I don't remember the brand of the walking pad that I had before. I'd have to go back and look it up. But it was probably something I should have researched more, so that's on me. I just need to find one that, is actually rated for my body weight. Plus, I'm lighter now than I was then. Then I was about 430 pounds. I'm about 50 pounds lighter from there. So it probably, would work better now. But I just want to make sure. I'd rather it be overly built if I'm going to be walking on it all the time. Let me go make sure I don't walk into something. In the arms, yeah, I'm a big guy and they aren't made for big dudes, maybe. Even have to use... Yeah! There's that saying where it's like, oh, one size fits all. That's been a myth my entire life. There's no such thing. And the arms warriors I've seen are good. I've been playing Red for 10 years. RIP. Who knows? They might just have a random patch one day, too, that you're like, oh, well, now we're top tier. It's so hard. They're so finicky. Really depends on the class, too. Like, Shadow Priest, they have no idea what to do with when it comes to their AoE. If you could add a class and a race to the game, what would it be? I would really like, and this is just me because it's the type of stuff that I like, I would like a tinker that could build like a mech suit. I've seen some stuff that might be AI, might be real, but that would be what I would like, just because I love like mech stuff in general. I want Murlocs to be a race. I don't. There's too many of them already. No, that would be cool. I wonder if they ever like kind of hypothesize that, or if there's any art that they would have had, like early development stuff. Dude, this is the challenge. How many steps on average per session? So far, the first day I had around 7,500, and yesterday I had around 10,000. It's really going to depend on, how far apart the quests are that I'm doing. If they're more localized, it's going to be less steps. But yesterday, it was a lot of back and forth. So, it's day 3. I don't really have a way of figuring too much of an average. So between 75 and 10,000 is what I know now. I have some reviews on walking pads. If you want to check those out, might be helpful. I use them all the time at home. Yeah, like I said, I need to research it more. I'm not in a rush. Just going to be, doing a little bit. Let's see if I can get this guy to walk. Okay, we can. This is going to be a pain, though. Imagine people playing a Murloc. Yeah, that would be too much. I need the setup. It's simple. Stand up, walk in place. That's really it. OT Murloc Druid. Yeah, I wonder what those forms would look like. Is this Power World? Close, but no. It's retail WoW. The Tuskars as a race would be cool. Steampunk Goblin Mechs. I'm down. Yeah, that would be the dream. All right. I think the movement speed ability, the rocket thing on this, is what actually kills these things. So I'm just going to go like this and do it the old-fashioned way. If you play COA Ascension, they have your Tinker class. Oh, really? Any chance it has mechs? That would be my big draw. On a private server with public access. What's your races? What new race, in your opinion, is the worst one added? I don't know if I really have an opinion on what's the worst one. We'll just stick with the safe bet and say gnomes. Ever since the beginning, everybody's hated them. That's true. If I did do that, it would take less sandwiches, or less steps, more sandwiches, though. Do you think you can find a carnivore version of that for me? Why would I put myself through this? Why not? I'm trying to get healthier. I'm already playing a game. If I stand up and move, then it's a positive, right? Why are there so many? I've never seen so many on one of those farms. This is a different little area. You're supposed to use the overloaded harvester golems and run through them. This isn't like the traditional one where you just, had to go get like 10 of them. So it was added, I think, in Kata. I'm glad I'm seeing you live. You just motivated me to get my workout in now instead of waiting. Hey, I appreciate you being here. And yeah, that's the thing. Just add little positives throughout your day. Take something that, traditionally might be viewed as a neutral or a negative, sitting, playing games, watching TV, and try and find a positive version of it that gets you closer. That's it. Nothing special. No mages, though, are good. It's true. I'm just talking smack because it's easy to poke fun at gnomes. I once walked from the Shire to Mount Mordor. It took 17 years. If they updated gnomes to make them more legit like gnomes, they would get less hate. That's true. Right now, they're the cartooniest version of a gnome, which is fine, too, but it could be better. In this version of the game, one where other people can join you in game walkthrough. I mean, I'm sure they can. This is a public game. I just picked a very low pop server just for it's not really about like the open world stuff. It's about just seeing how long it takes me to get through the whole thing. And if there's a lot of people ahead of me tagging mobs before I get to it, that's just going to triple or quadruple the amount of steps I have to get in. If they update gnomes, okay, I read that. No warriors just rub me the wrong way. Same. You see them running around. They just look like a ball with two big weapons. I'm going to recuperate. So he stopped so I can stop for a minute. Alright. Yeah, this quest is typically a lot faster when you use the thing and you just run through all of them. So, bro, are you walking and running when your character is? Yeah, that's the goal, except for it's exclusively a walkthrough. If I was running in here, I would shake this whole room. The computer would be bounced around. You'd all get motion sickness, so you're welcome. Yeah, so, nope, he's walking, so I'm walking. Oh, can you charge or not? No, I'm not doing any kind of movement speed enhancers. No rested XP, no mounts, none of that. So even like Divine Steed, I don't have. This is just the normal speed for a pally too. They're fairly slow in general. So epic, bro. I appreciate that. I love this. Thanks. Keep up the hard work. I will. It's funny. It was like, I'm gonna be playing games anyway. Let's make it a little bit better. Matter spec, great idea. I appreciate you. I almost felt like the game itself was the login queue, and if you lasted. One second, I gotta read that again. Hold on. It almost felt like the game itself was the login queue, and if you lasted the wait, it was a win. Yeah. A walkthrough. Yeah. I'm full of puns. I got them for days. Dude, super proud of you. Hey, I appreciate that. Yo, no flight pass is crazy. I'll get there when I get there. My guy's not in a hurry. It's not like, the the whole world of Azeroth is ending or anything. Let me know if you need potions or bags or anything for your tomb. I'm rarely rich. Yeah. No, I appreciate the idea, but I don't really think I'll need them. I'm just selling the stuff. I need to put on stuff that's a little bit better. First time in a long time, not just having heirlooms and a mountain flying through. Been, oh, by the way, I'm 13. Been a little bit different than what I'm used to. I actually look at the gear before I put it on. Kind of nice. If I run, does my character run? He would if I did, but I'm not. I remember waiting and logging in queue for 9 hours just to play classic WoW. Yeah. Yeah, we always forget about the bad stuff that came along with those versions. You get the rose tinted glasses when you look back at that stuff. You using a walking pad? Nope. Just the Shoelace Express stepping in place. Fairly rich. Yeah, I decipher that. I'm notorious for misspelling stuff, so I'm pretty good at deciphering. Gangster way to exercise. Yeah, I mean, why not? If any of you watch Trailer Park Boys, get two birds stoned at once, right? He's aura farming his way around Azeroth. The amount of aura I build up by the time I'm level 90, I'll just walk into the raid and win. If I don't spill coffee everywhere. It's like my first day drinking out of a cup. Okay, so we're about a bar into 13. Go back. Turn this in. Where do they send me next? I'm trying to remember. Probably go from here over to the coast. Do that stuff and then circle around. Just here to say this is so cool. Hey, I appreciate you, man. If more hype for GTA now, knowing it's going to be more like a life sim game. Yeah, I've thought about, playing different games with this. Something like GTA would be hard. I'd have to have a different set of rules. First playthrough, definitely don't want it to be a walkthrough. What game? It's Retail WoW. Alright, let's see. Yeah, those are an improvement. This one's going to be a lot of back and forth over here, so I'm just going to go hit that before I go. And realistic AF. Yeah, I'm excited to see what they can do. They've been cooking it for long enough, right? What's up, Bubba? Appreciate you, Robert. Yeah, just drinking some coffee, getting my steps in. Can't imagine how long this would take in Anniversary. I do eventually want to go back and try a classic version of this, depending on how this all goes. Also, it's going to change people's lives. Man, knowing people will be... Yeah, it will. I know. I don't know. It's wild how much has changed over the last, 10 years in all that space. Well, yeah, I'd be sexy if I had this for 20 years. That's exactly the same thought that I've had over the last 20 years is, man, I wish I worked out as much as my character did. I'd be fairly fit. So we're gonna see how fit that is. See ya. Have a good day. Tell the dogs to keep it down.
Tell the dogs to keep it down?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm back in the big guy grind. Hey, appreciate you, Dustin. Good to see you. Sore today, so it feels a little bit more like a grind today. What's the difference between Retail WoW and the other versions? Simplicity. This version is very simple. It's more streamlined. You don't have to think too much. Classic is a little harder. Takes a little bit longer. Everything's a little bit further away and a little bit more annoying. So that version would take significantly longer to level through. Keep it up, dude. I appreciate you. Man, no shortcuts like jumping over fence. I unbound my space bar, so no jumping because I don't want to have to jump here because, again, I'll break everything in this room, including something on my body. Probably an ankle. So, yeah, no jumping, especially because I'm used to pressing jump while in combat, and I would do that without thinking about it. It's like that you will be able to sell in-game things for money. Oh, really? I've been trying to avoid a lot of it because I don't want to get sucked into it. But yeah, I've seen there's been a lot of leaks, and that would change. Yeah, it's going to have its own separate economy. Cool boxing gloves. Hey, I appreciate you. I look like Arnold. You're not wrong, especially if you could figure out the combat part. I'd like to hang a punching bag behind me and swing a bat at it for the combat. You'd really look ripped. Or, playing a paladin, get a sledgehammer, hit a tire. Can you run if you run on the treadmill? If I was running, I'd let my character run, and no treadmill, just walking in place. It's going to have a real economy, buying and selling things, which is crazy. Yeah, it is. Do you run at all? Nope, this is a walkthrough. I might add a run through later when I'm about 150 pounds lighter. Hello, good morning. I work with people who played a long time ago. They had bots playing when they were at work in the early 2000s. Oh yeah, yep. When I was in school, there was a lot of guys who would have their bots doing stuff while they were out, like mining and all that stuff. So it's been a thing for a long time. Could you imagine walking only tech that? I don't really get that. Sorry, it's also early for me. So, what's up, big dog? How long you get a walking pad or something like that? When I find one that I like, I'm really in no rush. The waiting until I had a walking pad or waiting until I had a different setup was just going to take too long. So, I figure this works for now. Gets me moving every day, gets me steps, burns calories. No need to rush into other stuff. I get to research a little bit, find out what I like, and then maybe I'll grab one. If it's true that a property can only be owned by one person, you buying or selling is crazy. Yeah, they're taking NFT inside the video game to a new level. Jog, homie, LOL, jog. Can't do it. It's a walkthrough. I don't make the rules. Bro's still in Westville. Just started, too. We're going to be here for a while. Probably the longest amount of time I've spent in Westville, including Classic. Sounds like Second Life and Utopia universe. It's getting closer. It's going to get more and more like that, too. Does IRL movements to cast spells in games? Pretty cool idea. I've seen that, and I thought that was pretty cool, because he has, like, what's it called? Haptic suits or whatever, where you can do stuff. Yeah, this is a very basic version. This is so cool. I appreciate you. When you're finishing up, could we see the setup? I mean, there's not a setup. I have my computer and a standing desk. That's it. I do eventually want to add a second camera. That'll be one of the next big things that I add. I can see the side profile so people can see. Yeah, I'm just stepping in place, nothing fancy. If I can do it at such a simple level, it eliminates all those excuses for me. Doing this on hardcore will really get you sweating. Yeah, that would be terrifying. What's your plan for dungeons? Avoid them until 90, and then, at that point, maybe see if there's a group of people that want to walk through some dungeons with me. I'm not going to time many keys, if we're all walking. It seems like you're walking a little faster than the character. I might be, but he's also swinging a big old sword, so I think we'll call it square. There's a girl that plays games with her mind, no controller, on a keyboard. That's crazy. That is crazy. I'm doing the exact opposite of that. I don't have enough brain power to do that. Mind games. No, like what you were walking on. The ground. I have tennis shoes on, and then the ground. I'm not walking on anything. So no, it just tracks your movement. Nope, doesn't track my movement. Nothing fancy. Literally just walking in place. Have the auto walk feature on, and when I get to a mob, I start pressing the one button. That's it. She beat Elden Ring using her mind. Some people out there are wild. They do some cool stuff. Avoid them until 90. Yes. Well. Oh, don't break my ankles. All right. Good job, brother. Simple things like walking in place will do wonders. Congratulations and be proud. Yeah, I appreciate that. And it will. If I was sitting for 2 hours, I don't got a lot to show for it. But walk in place for 2, I burnt some calories, got some movement in. That's a win. What's your average steps during a gaming session? Well, this is day 3 of doing it, so hard to find an accurate average. The first day was about 7,500. Yesterday was around 10,000. So far, those are about the numbers I got. Oh, okay. Yep. Just super simple. Why don't you just play normal, but do your walking so you're not just walking in the game? I mean, I could, but this way I can do 2 things at the same time. If I wanted to game for 2 hours and wanted to walk for 2 hours, that's 4 hours of my day. Here I get a excuse to talk to you guys, get some steps in, and game a little bit. So it's win-win-win. Doing great. Appreciate that. You do have a treadmill thing. I do not. Just the ground in my sneakers. They got bodysuits now that make you feel pain in terminal of a game. Yeah, I'd have to get mine from Tent and Awning though. That's a lot of fabric. Maybe when I get smaller, I'll get something. Appreciate the hearts. Appreciate the follows. You guys are awesome. Killing 2 birds with 1 stone. Yeah, I said it, and I'm going to keep saying it because it's one of my favorite lines from one of my favorite shows. Getting 2 birds stoned at once. Just walk IRL and play normal game is already slow enough. Yeah, well, I'm not in a hurry. I played this for 20 years. There's nothing rushing to the end that really, excites me, so do a slower version. I'm curious, if you wanted to walk through the whole game, how many steps it would take. All right. Oh, I thought the ground answer was sarcastic the whole time. No, I mean, I was being sarcastic. It's just the Shoelace Express. I'm saying, like, instead of your character walking, play at normal speed in game, but walk IRL. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, I could, but I don't know. I'm just kind of curious. I've never done it, never seen anybody do it, so it might speed it up. Might be 2 times as fast, but I'm not in a rush. Curious how long it takes. The point is that you're moving, doing what you enjoy, and giving your body what it needs. Exactly. Not trying to do anything showy, just trying to make a hobby into a positive hobby. What game is this? It's retail WoW. Play a warrior so you can at least charge in combat. I mean, that'd be pretty funny, but if I was to charge in real life, I'd be like the Kool-Aid man going through my wall here. I'm 13 and about 3.5 bars into it. Good morning, Travis. Good to see you. Oh, if I was on hardcore, I'd be sweating way more than this. I don't know if I'd get past level 10. That's a little too realistic, Jake. Did you say, well, yeah, World of Warcraft, it's the retail. Dedicated to the RP. You have to put a line somewhere. I'm going to put it right before that. Getting steps in? Yep, sure am. One of the upgrades I want to do in the near future is, so I'm on about 3,000-ish for the day. I started the day with about 500 already before, and I'm at 3,200 now, so math, whatever that is. I'd like to be able to figure how to get a pedometer to show up on the stream somewhere. I was messing with it yesterday, but I don't know what I'm doing, but don't let that stop you. So that'll be one of the upgrades I want to do in the near future. The 2 big things I'd like to add would be the step counter on stream, so you guys can see that, and then a second camera for the profile, instead of just looking at my face. This is really cool, dude. Keep it up. I appreciate that, Jake. Oh, I haven't played for years. How'd you do it? There's always that itch if you've played before. Well, maybe it's different. I'll come back to it. Do you have a goal daily on steps? Not really. I'd like to hit 10,000 a day, not necessarily all in this stream. My main focus is actually improving my blood work. The weight loss and the steps and everything are just going to be part of that. Nice, bro. I do competitive bodybuilding, and steps are literally a game changer for conditioning. It is. Like, I used to be, super fit. Never a bodybuilder. I played college football and used to be, probably about 15% body fat at about 300 pounds. But after college, I kept eating like I was that, and stopped all the exercise and conditioning, and that's what got me here. So trying to just add little things back to help me get back to a healthier, metabolic health. I don't have a computer. Hey, I mean, you can add stuff like, I got you, because you haven't played WoW for years. Yeah, that makes sense. Hey, somebody was talking in chat earlier, they might be adding it to consoles, so. Morning, everyone. Good morning. Good to see you, Chelsea. All right, I think if I remember right, turning this in, it's going to make me go up in here. So a lot of walking back and forth in these older zones. They're less bunched up as far as quests go than the newer stuff. I appreciate the hearts, guys. I'd definitely be back on. Well, that's the thing. You just gotta make it not an option, right? If you don't want to get back on because you feel like it's more of like getting a fix, not having a computer helps. I don't know. Retail makes it look too oofy. Yeah, I don't know. You'll never be able to recatch that lightning if you guys played it, like I did back in the day, where it really right time, right game, right place, all that kind of worked together. You want to. you need that nostalgia hit, but I'm on Xbox right now for gaming. I don't know. Somebody said 2030, the next gen consoles, they might have it, which would make sense. Why not? That's a whole batch of players that they could get their sub money from. That I was watching you do this yesterday, at least speed it up for the people watching. Still I can't do it, man. I set the goal. You can't peer pressure me. It's not my turn. Classic has nostalgia on those Reapers. What level are you now? About 4.5 bars into 13. I was in the beginning of WoW and EverQuest before WoW. So WoW was my first real MMO. Like, I played around with like RuneCraft, never really did anything before. And then, or RuneScape, not RuneCraft. And I ended up getting WoW pretty soon after it first launched. But really didn't start playing hard until Burning Crusade. But yeah, great memories. My first character. That's a question. What was your guys' first character in WoW? Before I knew anything, I jumped in. Tauren Warrior. This is back in Classic, so huge mistake. I remember for the longest time I had burnt myself out because I had a lot of friends that eventually were playing on the Alliance. So created a Night Elf Warrior after that. Spent so long not knowing what I was doing, just grinding wolves on the Dark Shore. Almost burnt myself out on Warriors for a whole while. RuneScape was like my childhood. I think it was a lot of our childhood. Dwarf Hunter, solid first pick. You had it easy. Undead Mage was mine. Yeah, there was something about the undead warlock, undead mages you just felt awesome. Are you on an Omni? I would need 2, one for each foot. I would break that thing. I need to find one. I need to lose enough weight to be able to get one eventually. And find one that can be, tall enough. The ones I found, it's like, you have to be under 250 pounds, under 6'4". So I was screwed no matter what. So, maybe they'll build one that's more fit for me. It'd be nice though. Something to work toward. I started on EverQuest, never played it. Dude, I love your stream. I'm playing Classic right now, and I feel so rushed all the time not here. I know, right? Classic, you could just kind of chill. It was a little bit more stressful because here there's zero consequence for anything. But yeah, just being able to chill is so nice. Some good MMOs on console. No reason not to have it. It's even more money, right? You can play with one button now. Controller support fully there. Just do it. Final Fantasy 14 even runs on Switch. Yep. Travis says Night Elf Rogue. I started on FF11. Yeah, Night Elf Rogues. They've always been cool. Not quite as peak as like your undead, but Night Elf definitely the coolest on the Alliance side. I have one of those vibrating plates I stand on. How do those work? I've seen people like them. Some people hate them. Appreciate the hearts, guys. I'm playing through Skyrim right now, but need to get back to WoW. My raid group is on an extended vacation. Yeah, Skyrim would be something fun to play this way, if I could figure out how to walk through. It has to have a toggle walk, right? Never been into raiding. It's something that after 20 years I figured I would have done at some point, some expansion. Never did. I love it. It helps with your lymphatic system to drain fluids from your body. Oh. What's the weight limit on them? I might need to try one. Alright. A lot of back and forth here. Once I get here, it'll have me go here. Then we'll go all the way to Sentinel Hill. And then there'll be a batch of quests around there. So I'll get a little bit of an XP bump. Just trying to get these longer walk ones out of the way. I raided when I first started playing WoW, but I'd rather play by myself now. Really, I've kind of transitioned into more of a solo game player myself. I do the same movements when I have to pee. Yeah, look at that, I'm multitasking. Too much coffee, I'm going to be, fidgeting anyway. Raid is fun when you have a set group. Mine is my IRL friends collecting nerds. See, that's part of it too, is as you get older, trying to get everybody's schedules coordinated becomes just next to impossible. Is the walking controlling the character, or are you just walking along? I'm just walking with him. Nothing fancy. No crazy camera setup making him walk, or no like haptic suits, nothing. Just pressing the button to make him walk and walking with him. Good morning. How the heck are you playing WoW? Walking? Yeah. Slowly but surely. I so need this. Well, it's about as simple as it can get. There's no stopping anybody from doing this. I need this. Same, man. I needed more movement. Figure start doing something positive with the time I was already spending doing something not so positive, right? Being sedentary. Use the same amount of time, burn way more calories. Did you start walking from Northshire? I did. Yep, I started 2 days ago. Quested through Elwyn. Now we're starting still fairly early in Westfall. After this, we'll go to Red Ridge, then Darkshire, then Stranglethorn. Do the whole bit. See how far we can go through the Cataclysm stuff before getting into the newer content. All right. Now the question is, guys, how do I simulate swimming? Need to pull a kiddie pool in here and splash around it while he swims over there. Are you using a controller, keyboard, and mouse? Keyboard and mouse. I tried to use a controller, but it was more trouble than it was worth to do this setup with it. Because with the keyboard and mouse, I can just put it on auto walk. With the controller, you had to hold the the joystick far enough to make him walk, but not too far to make him run. So it wasn't worth the effort. So, yep, keyboard and mouse. I have a VR set, but I don't want to play a subscription for a game. Yeah, I get that. That's always been a sticking point with WoW, but I've put enough hours into it to justify the price. If I can put an hour or two in per dollar spent on a game, I consider it, about right. I don't know if I'd be able to do this in a VR setup. Hey, dude, please don't walk under my feet. I don't need to step on you. because I would sweat so much, wouldn't be able to see anything, and if it covers my nose, I'll probably drown. I have an 80 priest, 80 lock, an 80 mage, love WoW, but I do retail. Yeah, I mean, I've over the years I've leveled everything. What's your favorite? What's your main? Bro, this is epic. Love this for all the reasons. Me too. It's turned out better than I thought it would when I started. I don't know why I put it off for so long. I first had this idea a year ago. I have a full-size treadmill, but it was such a pain to try and set it up between, when I was going to play. So I figure, we'll just do the very simplest version of it so I don't have that excuse. All right, so we're going to swim out here. I guess the steps count. I don't know. Haven't really thought about swimming. I've been wanting to make a Pally, the new tier set. Let's see. Paladin, Death Knights, and Priests always have, in my opinion, some of the coolest tier sets. A lot of the Priest tier sets look like they'd be better on a Paladin even. Great fun idea. I'll be here for the journey. I appreciate that. Is it rigged to your computer, or are you just moving forward when, I'm pressing W and auto run and walking in place. Nothing fancy. Rough question. I toggle between my priest and mage. Yeah, it really is. I jump around too much to ever really consider myself having a main. Part of the reason I never get too deep into the end game is shiny object syndrome. I'll be playing a character. I'll walk near another character. He does something cool. And I'm like, well, that's cooler than anything I could do. I'll go play that. And then I do that through the entire expansion. The one button assist probably really helps with this. It sure does. I don't have to think about the stuff anymore, especially on Paladin. I just press 1 a bunch of times and the stuff in front of me stops being in front of me. All right, running back to Sentinel Hill. Well, walking back to Sentinel Hill. Swimming back to Sentinel? We're doing something. Moving that way. Sweet, I just saw you earlier and was curious. Good luck on your journey, man. Hey, I appreciate that. What level are we? And is this classic? This is retail. And I'm currently about 3 bars from 14. So I'm still 13, but getting close. One I never did was Demon Hunter. See, I played it when it first came out and really liked it. Not a huge fan of the inertia playstyle that it has now. Dude, seriously, laying there is going to get you stepped on, and then I'm going to sound like a jerk because you're going to yelp. But yeah, not a fan of it currently. Liked it back when it first started, though, in Legion. That's what I did when I first started WoW. I started as a Gnome Warlock. I saw a Warrior Thunderclap and switched. Yeah. I don't know. I used to do way more PvP back in the day, and something would steamroll me, and I'm like, well, new main, switching. Now, is this your only tune? Or are you doing this journey with this tune specifically? On this account, yeah, this is the only tune I have. I think I have another one that I had to make first so that I could get through the exile thing. So that I could start in Elwyn. Dude, seriously, come on. So that I could start in Elwyn and not have to go through that whole thing. I wanted to start in the classic experience. So, I'm technically the second tune, but I don't plan on playing him. He was just a throwaway character. This is a revolution. You could get multiple people playing like this. I think more people should, right? They don't necessarily have to stick to all the rules, but if you can get up and move around, there's a million different versions of this. You don't have to be as strict. I'm just trying it out. I'll do other run-throughs and playthroughs of other games and walkthroughs and all that stuff. It doesn't need to have the same set of rules every time. This is just the first iteration. PvP while walking, I would be a liability. I would win next to nothing. I'd end the fight with the most aura, though. I understand that when it comes to PvP, yep. I wish I had more space to do this because I game a lot and it'd be good exercise. I mean, I'm taking up no more space than I do sitting here in the chair. The chair's out of the way and I'm standing where it was. Nothing fancy. You would need something like a standing desk or the ability to move your monitor probably, but... Are you literally kicking a pet IRL while a crab walked up to your feet in game? Yeah, no, it's IRL. He's playing the crab. Literally just Velcro dog wants to lay under my feet, and because I am on the ground and not on a walking pad, his little paws were trying to stick up under my feet. And, you know, he doesn't listen. He doesn't speak English all that well, though. Do you use a stand-up desk? I do. That's the one piece of equipment here that I think is, you know, fancy, is a standing desk. But I've had it for years. Wowception. Exactly. Does he run when you run? He would, but he won't, because I won't. That was some sick timing. He's a paid actor, guys. Pay him with kibble. Do you fight when you fight? I'd like to set that up. That'd be fun. Not at the moment. Like I said before, I'd like to get a punching bag behind me set up with the one button that I just swing a bat around and hit the punching bag while he's fighting, but a little complicated for the first iteration. We're going to start with the bare minimum and add cool stuff like that as we go. How far off are we? 560 yards. My coffee went cold. Now all we got is water. Oh, yeah. If anybody has any ideas on how to get because I'm using a smartwatch. I have it in my pocket, tracking my steps. I'm at about 4,100 at the moment. I'd like it to be able to be displayed on the chat or on the screen somewhere. That'd be one of the next big upgrades that I do. The two I want to make are that, and then a second camera for the profile view, but not in any rush to do that one. The coolest one I think would just be the step counter, keeping track as I go. How are you going to jump? I don't. I unbound the space bar, so he doesn't jump, I don't jump. If I run, does my character run? He would, but I'm not, so he's not. It's a walkthrough. I don't make the rules. Gotta blow my nose, guys. So bear with me. I'm gonna mute myself. I'm gonna stop him so I can stop. All right. Let me know if you can hear me. I unmuted my mic. If you can't hear me, well, somebody will tell me in 20 minutes. Awesome. Appreciate it. Yeah, I was sitting there fighting it for a while. I was like, just blow my nose. Start moving, start sweating. Okay, he moved off. Great. I can move kind of more toward the middle. Ooh. What time is it? So we're about an hour in, and we're at about 4,200 steps. So, yeah, shooting around probably the 8,000 step mark today for today's stream. So that'll be a good one. Should be able to hit 10,000 by the end of the day with just the rest of the stuff I'm doing. So way more than I was doing before. I'm starting to loosen up now, which is nice because it's day 3, and that's always when I'm the most sore. I woke up this morning, I was, my hips were kind of sore from walking in place, but they're feeling a lot better now than they did when I first started. Are you just exploring Westfall? Nope, questing through it. Did all the northern quests. Now we're going to go down to Sentinel Hill, do the southern ones, and then we're going to kick rocks once we're done here all the way over to Red Ridge Mountains, quest there, and then down to Darkshire. So a lot of back and forth with these these early zones. All right, let's try not to fight everything on our way up here. See if I can walk around. Well, never mind. Free XP, right? Get a walking pad, bro. Yeah, I will eventually. I need to find a good one. I've had it before. You know, I've said it a couple times on here. Just didn't work out all that great. I need to find one that's a little bit more sturdy than the one that I had. So, but didn't want to wait until I had it perfect to get started. I love this. Yeah, I appreciate that. Whew. All right. Walking pad set up to where if I was going uphill, an increased incline would be a kill or two. That would be that would be rough. I would avoid all mountains, only the flatlands. I'm a paladin at the moment. This is normal speed for a paladin. They typically move no faster than I currently am, so. Dude, will you not run away from me? You know what? You're going to come back. I don't need to chase you. Let him go do his thing. See? Try to lure me out there, get me another 100 steps. Dude, you really need to not be under me. Can you please? Thanks. Do I have a video for this setup? Kind of a cool idea. Not yet. I mean, eventually, like I said, I like to add a second camera, then everybody can see. It's not really a setup. It's a standing desk, and that's about it. Nothing fancy. But yeah, I could do something like that. It might answer some questions a lot of people have. I think with the side camera, a lot of that stuff would be kind of answered already. Because you can just see I'm just walking on the ground. Dude, I thought I just moved you, and you're like, oh, you should come right back. Hold on. Come on, can you please just do me a favor and just be like at least 7 inches away from me? Does not listen. You're going to get stepped on, and then I'm going to sound like a jerk. I need people in here to tell everybody else that I had warned him multiple times. Ooh. Alright, so now we got some close quests, finally. Beat up a bunch of these gnolls, pass out some stew, get the attack order. So yeah, we'll be 14 here in a minute. Are you on a fitness journey or just more recreational? Yeah, so it's a part of a fitness and a wellness journey, I guess, is the more accurate, because I, about, what is it now, 3 months ago, I went and got my blood work done, and it was awful. My blood sugars were high, my triglycerides were just ridiculous, like very, very high. So I was like, okay, I need to fix this. And then for the last couple months, I, really adjusted my diet, fixed all of that stuff, because, it's 80% of your weight loss and your fitness stuff is done in the kitchen. It's about what you're putting in your body. So cleaned it up, made it a habit, right? So now I'm eating, healthier, losing weight is kind of a byproduct of that. And I wanted to find a way and a time to get more steps in, more movement in general. So this is an idea that I've had for at least the last year. So figured I will go ahead and get it started instead of just sitting on my butt and waiting, because I could spend 2 hours a day sitting down playing a game, or I can, get 2 birds stoned at once and just go do the thing. The order you eat your food in makes a huge difference with A1C. This isn't the first time that I've had bad blood work. I fixed it before, but then you slip back into your old habits over a number of years, and it just slowly creeped back up. So it's like, it feels worse the second time, because you knew about it, and you know what worked for you in the past, and you just didn't stick to it. So that's what felt the worst about it, was I've been here before, I fixed the problem, and then you just slowly slide back into it. So I'm trying to be better this time. I'm on the journey as well. Well, we both got this, man. We're going to crush it. You just have your character on a walk while you're walking, not like synced up step for step. Nope, he's just slash walked. Nothing fancy. You know what? Stop running. Alright, we're gonna do this because I'm getting a little nervous. I don't want to have to walk back to my body. Honestly, genius. Never seen something like this. Well, yeah, I appreciate that. It's been like I said, it's been an idea I've had for a while. I just needed to actually do it. Alright, there's too many things here. They're going to keep spawning on me. Let me walk away. Really hard to kite when you can't run. Alright. Is this retail? Yeah, this is retail. Love it. I'm such an old-time WoW vet, and I have always taken my fitness very seriously. So seeing this in the community warms my heart. I appreciate that, man. I think a lot of us, the stereotype is the that which has no life gamer, right? So how can you combat that a little bit and make it a positive? So that's where we're at. Appreciate the gaming controller and all the hearts, guys. You're awesome. And yeah, this is retail. I'm gonna walk around, pass out some stew. Am I just carrying like a giant cauldron of stew while I do this? I'm trying to imagine what it looks like, because you have to carry enough stew to feed 20 people here, and then fight gnolls at the same time. I'd be like, it'd be like Kevin with his chili. I would just trip and spill it all over. You were level 7 yesterday. Good. Yeah, it's been going. The first 8 or so levels flew by the first day. And then yesterday, it was a lot of back and forth. Like, when you get to the end of a zone, the quests start to get further and further apart. Like, the first bit, you get, like, a good bump, and then they spread out, and there's a lot more time between it if you don't have a flying mount. I haven't played in so long. This is such a... This was such a big childhood memory for me. Same, man. It's that nostalgia itch that nothing really does quite like WoW. It's, a lot of us grew up with it, so... Kevin's famous chili. It's kind of how I picture it. Just a line of chili behind me. Do you remember the chicken in Westfall? Chicken in Westfall. I'm blanking. You'll have to jog my memory. Alright, let's walk around these guys. Never mind. The moment I say, hey, we should probably be smarter about this, they jump me. Yeah, the chicken pen. Okay, yeah, I think I remember. I was thinking, it said chicken in Westfall, and I immediately go to like the chickens in Skyrim, where you don't hurt the chickens in Skyrim. Yep. I think I remember that. You need to buy the feed first. There was something to I remember vaguely. My main memories in Westfall was how come none of these boars have livers. Like, you'd assume most of them would. Yeah, it's that farm that has all the scarecrows. Yep. Up here, Saldine's farm. All right, should be able to. There's a pile of them here at the gates. Give them all Kevin's chili. And if there's not, I'll move to the top gate. There's a pile of them in there too. I think just a chicken joining on here walking would be happy. Yeah, I do need to find a pet. What would be? I don't have anything. Oh, well, you know what? I got a Corehound pup. We'll add him to the journey. Maybe I can't. Pet journal. Summon favorite pet. It won't let me. Why is it? I won't let me, actually. Oops, go ahead. I forgot to put my point in. I'm about to level. I'll worry about it with the next one. I looked it up on ChatGPT. If your step counter idea on the screen is possible, it sounds like it. It's got to be possible. It can't be something that's too terrible hard. I was messing with it on ChatGPT yesterday, and it was like, okay, this is getting ridiculous. What's the simplest version? And it was like, oh, you got to do all this developer stuff. And I'm like, okay, is there an easy way? Really looking for that easy button. Just making sure that you were going to get one. Stay healthy, friend. Love to see it. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate you looking out. I think he might be in the mailbox. Well, I just unwrapped him. Maybe. I don't have any mail. It's weird. Battle Pet is locked. I don't know. Maybe it's because I haven't bought the expansion for this yet. It could be any number of things. I play Ascension now instead of retail. How is it? Off to work. Thanks for the inspiration. Might have to stay doing something like this. Absolutely. If you do, let me know how it goes. Have a good day at work. Hope you have a great Monday. Let's go. It's leg day for me, brother. Oh, good luck, man. Hopefully it's a good leg day. Oh, I thought you were playing Classic for some reason. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm in the old zone, so that's understandable. All right. Let's go up, turn these in. That'll ding me. I'll put a couple points in, and we'll figure out where we're going next. I like the free play with the spells. I'm a boomkin with mage spells, too. That'd be cool. Yeah, I've seen it. Like, you can kind of build whatever class you want because you have access to everything from everywhere. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. It's like the first time ever drinking out of a straw. It keeps spilling on myself. All right. Finally, the Sentinel Hill. Turn these in. I'm at about 4,600 steps. So not a bad way to start the first half. All right, he's stopping, so I'm stopping. Turn a couple of these in, and then... Oh, he's walking, I'm walking. Trying to keep that in time at least close. Yeah, it's fun, but Blizzard is going after them now, so it's only a matter of time left. Yep, they're goners. They ticked off the big guys. I just finished my Westfall quests. Hey, there you go. Hopefully you got through a little quicker than I did. Alright, so let's put in a couple points. Divine Storm. I'm going to go with this. I like an AoE button. Don't need that. Have that. Hammer of Justice cooldown. Lay on hands. We'll go with the cooldown. Helps slow people down from walking away. And then throw you there. Alright. I get a couple extra points because I don't have to put anything into Divine Steed, so I'm going to be overpowered. Those 1 or 2 extra talent points are really going to push me over the edge. This is the meta. Have a good day. I'm going to work on my business. Hey, crush it, man. Hope your Monday is smooth. I don't know. I'm a priest playing Classic. It's rough. Oh, yeah. You just got to wand everything the entire time. Yeah. That would, yeah, that's always a bit slow. What is it, level 40 is when you get your shadow form, so you spend a lot of time wanding. A lot more time running back and forth to the auction house to buy a better wand so that you can go wand some more. Alright. Okay, we're going to go here first, there, then we'll go do the, what's it called, did I sell any of them? How many flasks of oil do I need to do that? I think it's 5. I should probably get some before I walk all the way down there and have to walk all the way back. That would suck. Should probably sell some stuff too. I'll be fine. Go ahead and free up a slot. Is this better than what I'm wearing? Yep. Is this better than what I'm wearing? Same. Really need to pay attention a little bit more. Put on my 8 slot bags. Look at that, all that bag space. Put on that instead of a 6 slot. Let's rotate some stuff. Should have sold all this, but nobody ever accused me of being smart. 4 slot bag. Where is this? 6 slot. Okay. A little bit better. If I remember right, it's fairly densely packed down here, so I'm glad I got the Divine Storm. That's really going to help. How was everybody else's weekend? Props to you, bro. I appreciate that. I had probably one of the better weekends of the year. This last week was my birthday, so I was able to kind of relax, but we also went to a Brazilian steakhouse on Saturday, so that was a lot of fun. did my first stream here on Saturday and then second one yesterday. So it's been a lot of fun so far. I don't know what I'm doing quite yet. Trying to work it out as I go along. But, trying to make the streams a little bit better day to day, week to week. Same thing with the fitness. It doesn't really matter what you're doing. Just get started and make adjustments along the way is really the only cheat code you need. Those steakhouses are amazing. Oh, they sure are. I get to go once or twice a year. We went at lunch this time. I've only ever been for dinner, and lunch is like half the price. I was like, let's give it a shot. It was great. A lot of the stuff that, they would have on dinner would have been nice to have, but they still had picanha. They still had plenty of variety. So it was great stuff. I'm glad I don't live too close because I'd be there every day. We have 2 people. I think we got like a Groupon, and it ended up being after tip like $45-50, which is next to nothing for places like that. So saved quite a bit, which was nice. Yeah. Typically for dinners, it's $45. It's went up a little bit with the price of meat, but $45-50 a plate, for a person. So, if you're going 2 people, minimum 100 before tip. So it definitely cut down. Here, easy per person, $90. Oh man, I'd still go. It would still be worth it on occasion, but you don't get to run away. But yeah, definitely the cheat code we found. Yeah, my favorite, the picanha. My girlfriend's favorite, she likes the grilled pineapple, which is fantastic, to be fair. But I was there all for the meat. A little bit easier to eat a place like that when you're doing carnivore. Yeah, I'm in the Philly area. Gotcha. Yeah, I'm here in Iowa, so price is probably a little different. All right. Okay, let's try not to kill a bunch of unnecessary stuff. Find what we need, hit it, and get out. Is this classic? Nope, this is retail. Just going through the Cataclysm zones. I do eventually want to do a classic version of this, but I figure for the first walkthrough, let's stick with the easy mode and figure it out. Last thing I want to do is add a lot of complication. If it's too complicated, I'm just not going to do it. So, feeling a lot better than I did this morning. I was sore, I can tell you. It's day 3, and that's always when I peak with my soreness of doing it. Going from not getting that many steps a day to 7,500 and then 10,000 yesterday. It really took its toll, especially walking in place. You get sore a little bit different than you would if you were just out on a normal walk. It's more like a hip flexor sore. Go hardcore, you will train way faster. Yeah, you'd see me running in hardcore because there'd be a panic moment. It would be maybe eventually. That's going to be a little further down the line. Hardcore would be terrifying though. A couple things that I'd like to do is, obviously, as a gamer, I never play just one game. I have my stream set up to where I plan on going live every morning from 8 to 10 Central, except for Tuesdays and Thursdays, which I already have morning commitments, so I'm going to make those evening streams, so 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Central. That way I can try different stuff. Like I have my challenge, which is, here, that I'll play through, but when cool stuff comes out, like War Dogs or GTA or something, allows me to play there. Now there'll be different rules for that, because it's not one for one. I can try different stuff, but just, hey, if I'm going to be playing a game, I might as well get double use out of it and, get some steps in, get some exercise, make it a positive activity. So that'll be one of the things that I want to do. And then as I complete challenges, start over, do something else. Somebody had a great idea yesterday where it's, leveling up professions. So start at level 1, walk around, see how long it takes me to level up mining or herbalism or something would be an interesting one too. Are you still using a keyboard to move, or is it synced with your walking? Nope, still using a keyboard and mouse. I just put in the, make the RP walk, and then the auto walk feature. So nothing so fancy. We'll improve it as time goes on and make it fancier, but the main goal with this is get started. Don't let perfect get in the way of progress, right? How long have you been walking? I started the stream this morning about an hour and 16 minutes ago. So at 8 Central. And then I probably started walking a minute or two after that. So a little over an hour. Whew. Turn this one in. There. Oh, well. One thing I'd like to do as well, and for all the people that are asking me if I'd run, going into spooky season, it would be fun, especially on a couple of those night streams, to play some scary games, because I being afraid is going to burn more calories, right? So you might see me run in those. Good luck. Hey, I appreciate that. Cookie cutter freak. Alright, I think with this one, she has me stealth and go up into that tower, if I remember right. I think there's a leads guardian, so be careful, I might be running back to my body. Walking back. Alright, let's see where we're at. Roughly over 5,000 steps so far, so doing pretty good, keeping a decent pace. I don't need to go nuts and try and hit a certain number. Just he's moving, I'm moving. All right, I got to take a little bit of a break in here when they start yapping and I'm spying. No way I can watch somebody walk World of Warcraft. Hey, you don't have to. See ya. So it's less about the game. It's more about getting steps in and talking to cool people. I don't know if you played in vanilla, but Darkshore used to be legit. Yeah, oh, for sure. Yeah, I remember playing originally. I had a night elf warrior that I would play, and I just was grinding so much on the Darkshore because I didn't know what I was doing. Burned myself out on a warrior for a good long time, but it was spooky. All right. Let's go up here, spy on, I don't know who it is, and walk out of here. Probably go up to Sentinel Hill, finish all that stuff, and then I think he sends me down there to do some just stuff. Trying to think where I should go after Darkshire, because I know they split Stranglethorn. I don't know if there's that big gap between it now. I haven't really played that down here for so long. Yeah, I end up going Chromie time somewhere else eventually. If it's easy to walk across that gap, I'm just trying to plan it out in my head where it's going to require the least amount of like fancy stuff, right? So if I'm walking, the old content is pretty accessible on foot. A lot of the newer stuff, they kind of expect you to fly, right? So might have to yeet myself off and bubble. If you want to run, do you jog in place? Yeah, I would, but not this run through. It's a walkthrough, so I don't make the rules. I can't run. I love WoW. Hey, well, happy to have you here. Definitely scratching that nostalgia itch. Oh, he's done walking, so I can stop. Oh, get a minute to hang out. Ooh. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be a little bit sore after this, but I think it'll start getting better tomorrow. It's that first 3 days where you're just the most sore doing something new, so really looking forward to it being a little bit easier on me. Dude, that's awesome. When did you start doing this? Today's day 3. So I started on Saturday. Was the first. Started up in the Elwyn, leveled through it. Finished that yesterday, and we started off Westfall today. So we're a little over 5,000 steps. Yeah, we're around 5,000, 5,300. I don't remember. I had like 500 steps already before I started. So around 5,000 steps so far. We're going to go for another about 40 minutes, about 10 o'clock Central. And then we'll call it, and I'll be back tomorrow, actually, in the evening. My Tuesdays and Thursday streams are going to be 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. So, all right. Let me start walking back down. I don't have jump bound. I would normally just yeet myself off of this, but I unbound jump because I don't want to have to jump to make him jump. Walking is not the hard part. It's the talking and trying to control your breathing. You're not wrong. Not used to the walking, so I was already going to be breathing hard, and now I got to yap and read. That's definitely making it a little bit more difficult than it would be. Look at him running. Must be nice. Go get a little dog. Yeah, it's the breathing and walking that definitely, talking, that definitely makes it a little bit extra. Not used to it, but. Alright, I could just jump off. I mean, not jump, but fall off of it, but. I'd have to look. I don't even remember what server I'm on. I just picked the lowest pop server randomly because it was one of those things where it's like I don't need a lot of people also leveling around me, tagging stuff before I get to it, because that would make the distance 3 or 4 times as much. So I'm not even sure. Because there'd be people tagging in ahead of me ahead of time just for the lulz. Getting a random phone call. Don't need it. This is awesome. I appreciate that, Baxter. A lot of fun so far. I'm enjoying it more than I thought I would, to be fair. I thought it would be a little bit more boring. But yeah, I enjoy it more than just walking around, outside downtown now. It might be just as fun to, walk on an actual path. But I've never been a fan of just walking around town on sidewalks to get my steps in. Don't know why. Just never really been for me. So this has been pretty nice. That would be infuriating. Oh yeah, if people running ahead of you, tagging the stuff, yeah. That would be miserable. And it would happen. Alright, now back up to Sentinel Hill. I think if I remember right, they send me down here to do a couple things, so I'll get that at the same time. Trying to time things in order, so I'm doing a little bit less back and forth. Have you done a video sharing how you are stepping and playing? No, not yet. Nothing super fancy. I'm literally just walking in place, using mouse and keyboard, toggling him to walk and auto walk. Enough people are asking, I probably should just answer that question. But yeah, it's fairly simple. I don't even, it'd be like a 20-second video. Here I am walking in place. So but yeah, enough people are asking, I probably should do something like that. It's the very, very easiest possible version of it, because if I make the new habit I'm trying to build too complicated, I'm not going to do it. I know myself. I do too much too quickly, and then I burn out. So what works for me, and it might be different for other people, is find the easiest possible version of what you want to do, and build the habit around there. And then as you add stuff, don't add stuff too quickly, because I'm notorious for that too, where I'm like, oh well, I'm gonna add this, and then it's too much, it's bloated, and I don't do it. Dude, seriously, can you move, please? I don't want to step on you. Velcro dogs, man. I tell you what. She's smarter. She's further away. He's like, I need to be under your feet if at all possible. I just jumped on retail WoW after 2 years, and I'm overwhelmed. Everything has changed. Yeah, it is quite a bit different than it used to be, especially after 2 years. Can you imagine somebody coming in after like 4 or 5? Happens all the time. What kind of dog? I got 2 of them. The smarter of the 2, she's half Newfie, and then she's a quarter Lab and a quarter Rottweiler, but she basically just looks like a long-haired Lab. She kind of looks like a black golden retriever. Him, the dumber one, we recently got him about a month or so ago. We adopted him. He about 2 years old. We don't know. We think he's part German Shepherd, part Australian Kelpie. Just the way he looks. It's what Google says when you take a picture of him, but I don't know. But he's definitely a Velcro dog. He really wants to slide in under my feet when I'm walking. You will be in great shape soon, haha. This is going to be lots of walking. Do not threaten me with a good time, right? That's the goal. Hey, I'm going to turn a bad habit, or not necessarily bad habit, but a sedentary habit into a positive, and do it every day. Consistency is what moves the needle, right? Big fella, keep on keeping on. I plan on it, man. I appreciate the support. I went from Wrath of the Lich King to Dragonflight. It was quite the adjustment to make. I bet that would be a big one. I've played off and on through essentially every expansion, at least for part of it, so it was never been that big of a shock for me. This is a great idea, dude. I love it. I appreciate that. It's been stewing in the think meat for over a year, and I kept putting it off, so kind of kicked myself in the butt a couple days ago and said, just do the thing. So here we are. You're inspiring me to get standing desk so I can walk and play games. Well, yeah, do it up, man. It's easier. Really? You're going to knock over the trash can? Hold on. Can you not? Please? Appreciate you. Alright, we're back. You're inspiring me. Yeah, it's definitely worth it. Luckily for me, I already had one. I work from home, so I spend the majority of my day sitting. So I got one a couple of years ago to kind of break it up where I could stand and still do stuff. 10 burpees for every death. Those burpees would turn into throw-uppies. We'll work our way to that, where I'll add new rules for stuff like that. That's definitely on the horizon. Right now, I'm not trying to break myself or the room I'm in. Excited for the rumored Classic Plus? To be completely honest, nope. I rarely get excited for any games or anything anymore. I've been hurt in the past, right? So we'll see. I'm not opposed to finding another great game to play, but there's always so much stuff coming out. I don't know. The only thing that I'm kind of excited for is War Dogs. I used to play a lot of Arma King of the Hill, so that's definitely piqued my interest. But again, I'm very cautious about it. It's too easy to get sucked into like the hype. And then same with GTA. We'll see. It should be great. They just have to deliver. We'll see. And then with all this leak stuff going around, it really has a lot of people nervous. All right. Breathe for a second. Walk over here. Stop. We're going to sell some stuff too while I'm here. My bags are getting pretty full. Just joined the military. Awesome. Well, hey, I appreciate that. What branch? Let's go ahead. Okay, that's an improvement. I like the new boots. New boot goofing. Excuse me. Don't need you. Actually, hold on. No. I need the oil possibly. No. Alright, walking back. Oh, I see what you're saying. I don't know if I can actually. I don't think I could. Also, I'm good. Hell of a time to join up. Yeah, it's been, that way since I was in high school. I don't know what the cutoff age is. I might be a little bit over now. There are the theories that the leaks for GTA is actually Rockstar, which I can see. Oh yeah, I don't. A lot of these bigger companies like that, I don't put anything by them. Countries can have false flags, so why can't companies, right? Definitely. Not that they really need any more hype. Like it's been there for the last 10 years. It's in the 40s? Okay, well, no, I technically could still join. I thought it was like 33 or something. But again, I'm good. Respect to everybody that does. It's just, I know I physically couldn't at the moment. I would need to be in shape before I did something like that. So, maybe WoW trains me to be there. All right. Okay, so what's he have us doing? Moonbrook, and then we're going to Legend of Captain. What's it? Where are we at? Stepwise. I would like to get it so this step counter, about 60, 200, 6,000 minus whatever, is on the screen. That would definitely keep it a little bit easier for me. It varies by branch and what waivers you can get, but it's technically 42 at max. I gotcha. Yeah, I know they wouldn't take me at this weight, so that ship, at least for now, would be sailed. Is connected with WoW. I mean, nothing fancy. I'm playing and walking. That's about as hard as it is here. Just walking in place. So no walking pad, nothing like that. All right, Moonbrook first. Would your step work with a wall pad? How much are they? Your setup work with a wall pad? What's a wall pad? I don't even know what that is. Walking well, my goodness, you need sponsors. Yeah. No, if anybody has a connection with Blizzard, I want to don't threaten me with a good time, right? Walk pad. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, it would. I'd like to eventually get one for sure. It'd be a little bit better than the setup I'm having now, but I've had one before that just didn't work all that great, and I had to return it. So I want to research something, make sure that it's going to be durable enough and I guess tough enough for somebody my size. Made me want to fall down a couple times walking on it. I'd get tired, I'd short step, and it would stop the track, and I'd about eat it. So don't necessarily need to do that on stream. Hey man, just stopped and saw your really cool follow. Yeah, hey, I appreciate that, man. Good to see you here. Yeah, it's been an idea that's been brewing for over a year, and I finally decided to just do the thing and stop procrastinating. Notorious for that. The two things that I do is I put it off until I think it needs to be perfect, and then when I get started, I add too much too quick and burn myself out. So, yep, it's retail. It's retail for now. Eventually, I would like to do like a classic version, but we're gonna start with the simple game with the one button, where I can, be distracted and still do it. This is so great. Hey, I appreciate that, Rachel Sidequest. All right. I'm trying to remember. I think he has me beat up some dudes for some bandanas or something. Grab that one. Yeah. Pamphlets. And then I go in here, I think, and then I get the quest for the bandanas. Have you seen the fire chopper? Yeah, on my actual account, I've seen it. They had a green version of it that I really liked, but I can't remember when it was or what you had to do to get it. I never did get it. Awesome job, dude. This is an awesome idea. Hey, appreciate that, Jake. Appreciate the roses. Appreciate the hearts. Appreciate everybody. Really, really blown away by how many cool people are out there. One of those things, you get started doing something and you get nervous putting yourself out there, and then you do, and there's so many great people. So I want to say thanks to everybody. It's great to see. You're really always worried about trolls and all the stuff that you hear about, but the good outweighs the bad by orders of magnitude. Maybe you'll get the transmog bandana. Yeah. Okay, so I have that quest. Do this. Appreciate the follows, guys. Yeah. Go hardcore. Not early. We might try hardcore later when I'm comfortable running, because I would need to run in hardcore. Can you imagine playing a warrior, getting yourself a little too, going in a little too hot, and then just trying to walk out of it? No, I'd be restarting every 20 minutes. Appreciate the rose. Appreciate the follows. All right. Go in here, beat up some bandits, grab some masks. I think what happens next, if I remember right, is I turn those in, and then they have me go in the dead mines to watch something, like the events from Van Cleef and then his daughter, if I remember right. So I'll get a breather in there. I tried hardcore once. My mage and priest were never gotten back on. Yeah, it's stressful. Dude, this is a brilliant idea. Hey, I appreciate that. It's I have a good idea once a year or so. So it's been a lot of fun so far. If you have the ability to try it out, I'd recommend doing it. I don't think it really matters what the game is. I don't think it really even matters what the hobby is. You could do it watching TV, reading. You get to certain points, set some rules for yourself. You're spending that time doing something anyway, so if there's something else you want to do, try and do them both. Like, hey, every time you watch a show, every commercial you do, jumping jacks, or you walk in place and through all the commercials, or you walk the entire first episode before you binge the other 50. Are you using the special controller? Just walking while playing? Yep, just stepping while playing. Just using a mouse and keyboard. No walking pad. It's as simple as possible. I needed to eliminate any excuses. Like I need to wait for the perfect setup to get started, because it doesn't do me. You know what? There's something up here. I need to turn around before I just walk out. I'd actually break the no mount rule the first day by jumping in the vendor and selling some stuff. Yeah, I'm the same. the first day, I think I forgot to toggle on walk, so I ran forward. I'm like, oh, no. Back it up, park them. So it's definitely different than how I've typically played over the last 20 years. I had to actually unbind the spacebar because I'm used to jumping around while in combat, like all of us do. How many steps yesterday? I ended just about 10,000. So at the end of the day, not counting the stream, just everything all together was a little under 12,000. So the first day my stream, it was about 7,500 that I got during the stream, and then yesterday was about 10,000. So hell yeah, brother! Jumping is part of the rotation. It really is. I think it actually helps your global cooldown, like 5% off or something. I definitely swing more. Yeah, I was thinking about that too, because people were saying what they would play in hardcore. A mage would be the worst idea, I think, because you have to kite, and walking does not kite very well. All right, we got about 20 or so minutes left of today's, so we're cooking right along. It's been going smooth. Learning a little bit. I'm trying to improve the stream like I improve my health every day. So yesterday after the stream, I worked on a couple things, like a lot of the frequently asked questions I have rotating now on the screen. Made it look a little bit cleaner. The next two bigger improvements I want to make is a second camera to do like the profile, so people can see that I'm just walking on the ground. There's no fancy setup, anything like that. Plus you can see how my dog is trying to walk under my feet. And then the second thing, and probably, I don't know, I messed with it yesterday to see if I could figure it out, and I couldn't, is getting the step counter to actually show up on stream, which would be nice, but it was wanting me to do a lot of crazy stuff that I don't know how to do. So there's got to be an easy version of that. But those are the two big improvements I want to make in the near future. followed. This is awesome. Hey, I appreciate the follow. I appreciate the likes, the hearts, all the stuff. You guys are awesome. How many steps are you at today? I just looked and I forgot. About 6,800 is what my step counter's saying. But I think I had about 500 before I started the stream, just from, getting coffee. Dude, please don't make me step on your head. Like it was your paws before. Now you're trying to put your head under my feet? That's ridiculous. So yeah, whatever that is, about 60 some odd, 100, 6,200, 6,300, somewhere around there. All right, now I can stop for a second because she's going to yap and I'm just listening. This one, the Velcro dog, is newer. We got him probably about a month or so ago. We think, we're not 100% sure, but Google tells us, image search. He's part German Shepherd and then Australian Kelpie. So he's got the perky ears that are flopped over at the end. Super adorable, but doesn't know that he doesn't need to be under my feet yet. I think it's cool what you're doing, original content. I appreciate that, man. It's not something I've seen too terrible much before. I've seen people, use the haptic suit and those VR things, but I don't think they were doing it specifically for the fitness aspect. So I appreciate that. I used to work at VisionWorks and did laps around the store between patients. Got to get the steps. Yeah, anywhere you can pick them up, especially if it's, you're sitting around waiting or you're doing something sedentary. If you can turn that into a little bit of a positive, that's huge. You can really add quite a bit to, just what you're doing without having to carve out huge sections of time or get less sleep. I know that, one of the thoughts behind this was, hey, if I moved half as much as my character in video games moved, I'd be super fit, and I'm sitting on my butt anyway. Let's make a positive version of it. So it's fairly obvious looking at it now, but it really eluded me for, like I said, the last year, because you get in your head about stuff. Dude, walking across Azeroth, I love it. Yeah, here's the thing. If I was walking across Azeroth, that'd be one thing. But all these quests, it's a lot of back and forth. So I'm walking back and forth across Azeroth. Kind of feel like Forrest Gump. Coast to coast. Oh, there's that red chopper somebody was talking about. What did I get? House decor. Upgrade bracers. Weapon rack. Turn the quest in. Did I level? I forgot. Did I? Yeah, I got another level. Reduce the cooldown. We'll go there. All right. I don't know if it matters too much where I put my points in. Retail's fairly simple. Just started watching. Do you use the keyboard movement when you're fighting them up? Yeah. So I'll use just the keyboard mouse. I have it set to walk, RP walk in, num-lock for auto walking, and then just stepping in place. That's it. This is difficult as it is. Need to keep it as simple as possible. Really an overthinker with a lot of that stuff, so I would like to add a way of adding the combat in eventually. I have a buddy that said that I should go prod and get a trash can lid, and every time I'm fighting, just throw the trash can lid around the room. Real Captain America vibes, except for I don't know if I could get it to bounce back to me. Might knock out some teeth too. Alright. I think this quest takes me all the way down there. I stand in the dungeon, watch the thing, and then walk out. So I don't know if we'll get much further past that. I might get in, walk out, and that might be it for the day. What if you need to do something that requires jumping? I don't really know if anything keeping me from getting to level 90 would require jumping, but I have it bound to a random key, like for worst case Ontario. Just I moved it off a spacebar so I'm not hitting it on accident, because it's like somebody said, it's part of the rotation. cool idea. I like this. I appreciate that, Lucid Butterfly. It's fun. Definitely better than sitting on my butt. Right, let's... This is definitely different than Classic. If I remember right, this was full of bad guys in Classic, and you had to fight your way there, and then there's that weird tunnel with all the undead dudes. Well, I don't think I actually have to do any dungeons or anything that require, I can level 100% through questing, so I don't think that'll be mandatory for me. You can say you walked around Azeroth. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. What are you doing? Just walking around Azeroth. Yeah, there's definitely a number of versions that I could do with this. Right now, trying to stick to the Classic, or I guess Cataclysm zones as much as I can before I have to go back to what's it called, like the more modern stuff. The more modern stuff, there's a lot more verticality, so that'll probably be a huge pain. But dude, please move your head. But I'm gonna try and stick here as long as I can, and we'll figure out the rest. I don't know. There's probably certain parts that require me to like hop on a flying mount inside of a dungeon, or like some sort of teleport. I'm just doing the best I can. Just trying to stick to them as closely as I can. Definitely better than sitting on my butt, LOL, as I'm literally sitting on my butt watching. Hey, I'm not calling you out. I just know that, I've sat on my butt a lot, and enough. So, add a little bit more. Not to say I won't sit down later. After the stream, getting to work, the majority of my day will be sitting on my butt. So, try to time out at least some exercise. Cataclysm raids almost broke me. First raiding experience. I've heard that. I've never really raided, so I can't really relate too terrible much. I always got shiny object syndrome and ended up switching characters once I saw somebody do something flashy, so never progressed too far into the end game. But what about the Cataclysm raids almost broke you? Alright, how do I get down there without jumping over the thing? I gotta walk around. Yeah, completely different playing experience than what I'm used to. You're kind of just used to jumping over stuff in the way. Alright. I gotta do some standing in here, because it puts me into like a wisp thing. Spending our 3 hours repeatedly dying to one boss was draining. Yeah, I can imagine so. yeah, that would suck. Trying to get through that one guy's head. Do the thing, get out of the fire. This has to be one of the best ways to put the steps in. That's what I think, right? I'm in a temperature-controlled house. I got a fan going on me, so yeah, I'm sweating. But, if it's raining, I don't have that excuse. If it's... humid, a little bit more comfortable in here. It doesn't matter. If I'm in Stranglethorn or if I'm in whatever, it's still the same temperature. All right, so I get to chill because my character's chilling. We're going on a vision quest for a little bit to find out that Van Cleef wasn't only a bad guy, he was also a dad. Spoiler alert. Let's see where we're at, because might have enough time to, about 7,500 steps, might have enough time to finish this quest, walk out, maybe go toward that lighthouse, pick up the quests there. So I think that's about probably where we're going to end it today, because I got about 11 minutes till I got to start getting ready for other stuff. What if a quest puts you on a mount? I'm going to try and avoid it. I'm not going to, not gonna, prevent me from finishing the game, but I'm gonna minimize that kind of stuff as much as physically possible. If it happens, well, that happened, but not gonna chastise myself. That's very cool. Right on, man. I appreciate that. It's been a lot of fun so far. Day 3, I'm sore. But being sore is a good thing. Right? I'll be better tomorrow than I was today, and if I keep doing that enough, I'll get where I want to go. So that's the goal. Nothing fancy. I appreciate all the likes, all the hearts, all the follows, all the stuff. You guys are awesome. I've really been enjoying this. There's so many cool people out there that I wanted to have been able to talk to or chat with or any of that. So I really appreciate you guys. All right, let's get out of here. Walk back out. I'm gonna meander. Like I said, I think we're probably gonna get about to here today and then call it, and then we'll finish that up, finish up the couple things over in Sentinel Hill, and then we'll kick rocks over to Lakeshire and hit up Red Ridge, do all the questing there, and then move on to Darkshire and so on. That's my plan, at least. We'll see. Things are likely to change because there might be obstacles that I can't figure out. Really used to hearthing at this point. Yes, I have a standing desk. That's the only piece of equipment I would consider kind of out of the normal. They're fairly common anyway. But yeah, that's the only real thing that I needed to do to make this work. Are you using something to simulate walking in the game? Nope. I just have the W key going, set my character in walk, and I'm walking while he does. So very analog at the moment. You're on the wrong character. Should have made him a Cultiran. You're not wrong, and I thought about it because I look way more like a Cultiran in real life. However, they start at a higher level. I wanted to start from 1, so. Okay, I wondered with your height. Yeah, it's about up as high as it can go. Any higher, it'd be pretty wobbly. Which way's out? This way. Okay. Don't want to take a wrong turn. Add extra steps if I don't have to. But here's the thing. Wrong character. I am a paladin. This is normal speed for a paladin. They typically don't move much faster than this. No walking pad. You should get one. Oh yeah, I will eventually. I didn't want to wait until, right? If I get started now, build the habit. When I get a walking pad, it'll just be a nice addition to what I'm doing. I'll have to raise the desk a little bit more because I'll be up about here. So might have to tilt the camera and get more of an upward view. All right. I thought there was a couple of rare spawns down here. I was really looking for that XP bump. Would have been nice. Oh well. Clearly not in a hurry. 10:53. I watched your life for 100 minutes. I really appreciate that. It's good to have you here. It's nice chatting with cool people. It adds another layer to this. Like, I could just sit on my butt and play a game. That's one option. I could stand, walk in place and play a game. Or I could stand, walk in place, play a game, talk to cool people. So, it's 3 things all at once. So that's pretty fun. Didn't expect as many of you as are here when I started, so that's a bit of a surprise and a learning curve. So I really appreciate everybody for joining and sharing and following and liking and all the stuff. Hopefully it hasn't been too slow of a pace. It's supposed to just be a chill experience. All right. Yeah, I think we have enough time to get over there. And then that'll be a good stopping spot and a good starting spot for tomorrow. Tomorrow's live is going to be in the evening. I have my schedule set to most days, other than Tuesdays and Thursdays, to start my live at 8 a.m. Central Time. And then go until about 10 unless something, is encroaching on that. Then I might have to cut it a little bit sooner. But the goal is 2 hours a day. And then on Tuesdays and Thursdays, because I have some morning commitments, to get started at 8 p.m. and do evening streams. So if you guys are around tomorrow, that's when I'll be on. Also, on the evening streams, eventually I think it'd be fun to turn those into more of a variety kind of stuff with a little bit different rules, things like that. So this will be the challenge slot, and then do some stuff later, like, come spooky season, play a horror game, a little bit scarier at 8 p.m. than at 8 a.m. So that'll be probably where I test some stuff. Definitely a cool idea. Yeah, I appreciate that. I thought it was cool. I'm glad to see other people like it as well. All right. 5 minutes. Yep, I think that's exactly where we're going to stop. Really do need to figure out a way to simulate swimming, though. There's been more swimming than I remembered. After this long day of sitting on my butt, talking and yapping on different Zooms and meets, so good to... I'll feel better knowing that I started the day off not being lazy. So, anybody have big plans this week? Anybody's week shaping up to be something cool? It's Monday, so a lot of us are probably dragging. So, do I have leg weights? Nope. Just the weights that I put on naturally. Wait, am I in the boring chat room? No, I'm trying to keep track of both. For whatever reason, TikTok doesn't share the chat in with the other ones that I'm streaming to. So I kind of missed you there for a sec. So I apologize. But no leg weights, just up and down. I might add some stuff later as I lose more weight. Maybe get like a weighted vest or something. But at the moment, I got built-in plate armor. So I don't necessarily need to add extra weights. How many steps am I at? I'm about to end the stream here shortly, and I'm at 8,000 minus the 500 or so that I had before the stream, so about 7,500 in the stream so far. My semester just started, so a lot of homework and studying. Yuck. Yeah, never was a huge fan of that. Let's go. Yeah, I'm going, man. I'll get there when I get there. What are you studying? I know that can vary too. Some of the stuff's fun. Some of the stuff you're interested in. Other stuff, it's just you drag yourself through it. Run. Can't do it. It's a walkthrough. I don't make the rules. This is such a good idea. I really appreciate that. Let's not fight 30 Murlocs on my way to the island. Hey man, I appreciate the follow. Appreciate the hearts, all the stuff. You guys are awesome. Gotcha. I appreciate the encouragement though, Big Billy. If I started running, I'd shake this whole stream. Human resource management. This semester is a lot of legal things, so I love it. That's awesome. Well, I'm glad you like it. What other sites am I streaming to? Currently, right now, TikTok, YouTube, and Twitch. I added Twitch today. The first 2 days, I just had TikTok and YouTube. So I'll add stuff as it grows and I learn. Wanted to start with as fairly simple as possible. So lean into it. Play a Torn Furry Warrior. It might be a little bit much, but I don't hate the idea, right? Are the links in my bio? Yep, they should all be there. Should have my website to the link tree, all this stuff. So awesome. I think we're going to end it right here. We'll start here tomorrow evening. Like I said, I'll be back at 8 p.m. Central at 8,100 steps. I don't know if you can see that for the day. So far, the stream was about 500 less than that, so a little over 7,500. So about what I did the first day. Yesterday was a little bit abnormal, I think, getting 10,000. It was a lot of walking back and forth, not a lot of fighting, not a lot of questing. So yeah, that's good. 2 hours, get in, almost 10,000, somewhere in that range. So feeling great. I'm gonna have to go get started. I really appreciate you all for being here. I appreciate you sharing, you following, all the stuff. I'll be back tomorrow. You guys have a great one, and I hope you all enjoy your Monday as much as I am. Take care.